Welcome, everyone. This is Professor Smith bringing you another Hebrew study. In the book of Zephaniah, there is a prophecy that our Heavenly Father will restore to the earth a pure language. We understand that Hebrew is the closest derivation of that pure language. Let's explore it together. Shalom, and let's get started. Okay, welcome. We're going to try to finish up some more of this Hebrew today. And so we were talking about the participle, and that was defined here. It's a form of a verb that can be used as an adjective, a noun, or a verb. So unlike other verbs, they do not have separate forms. Participles do not have separate forms for the first, second, and third person participles. And so you only have to worry about gender and number only. And then, but they do have two types participles, which are active and passive. And so we're going to look at some of these. And last time I looked at some of the forms for the word shamar, which has to do with guarding. That's the root. And so, and then this continues on here. There may be slight variations in the participle forms for verbs, but the holem always remains the same. The participle forms are listed in the verb chart on pages 374 and 375. Below are some participles with various spellings. Okay, so so remember, this is a very important thing. This tells you that it's got a holem. It always has a holem. So even if there's some variations other ways. So we have Shema. We have look at this here. This is masculine singular, shomate, which means he listened, or might be even like listening. Ru'ah, which is I'd have to check that one. Okay, so initially I thought that was something I thought it was, but it's to see. So we have seen here, row A. And this Yetzah, that's an interesting one. Okay, so this one is the exit or go out. So we have Yotze. Okay, so we've got masculine singular for these. Shoma'at for the feminine singular, ro'ah for to see, feminine singular, and Yotze. Then we have Shoma'im, which is plural, Ro'im, which is to see, right? And then Yotzim. Shomot, Rotzot, Ro'ot. This has to be the feminine plural. And Yotzot, which is to exit or go out. Okay, so now we have the participle as a verb. So we're going to learn a lot about participles in this chapter. That says here you learn two tenses, perfect and imperfect. There is no separate present tense in the biblical Hebrew, but the idea of a present action is expressed in various ways. You've already learned that noun sentences can express present action. Okay, so we have who ba'artso. Okay, so he is in the land. So no, this bet right here would be in, with, or on, and then aretz would have to do with land, right? And then this holem here is a personal pronoun, so it's his land. Okay, so he is in his land. So when the participle is used as a verb, it is often used like the present continuous in English. It often describes an action in progress and an action in the immediate future, or an action that is continuing over time. In the Bible, participles are often used to set the scene. So we have hu yashav or yeshav, looks like hu yeshav, But Artso. Okay, so he settled, and now this looks like in his land. He settled in his land. So yeah, they put residing. It has to do with sit or settle. So in other words, look at all these options here. He is, was, is about to be, will be, continues. So any of those, depending on the context. Okay, Moshe Shomea et Kolo. Okay, so Moshe listened to his voice, or listened or hearing his voice. So that has to do with Yahweh, hearing Yahweh's voice, right? Moshe was, is about to be, will be, continues, hearing his voice. Since the verb haya, be, is absent from these sentences can be translated in any time frame. As with the noun sentence, it is usually easy to determine the appropriate time frame from the rest of the words in the sentence or story. Sometimes the time frame will be indicated by using a perfect tense form of the verb haya together with the participle. Okay, so we have hu hiya yoshev ba'artso. Okay, so he was dwelling in his land. Okay, so this is residing or dwelling or sitting. That verb has a lot of meanings depending on context. Okay. Hem hayu yoshavim ba'artso. So we have they were dwelling in his land. Okay. So they were residing in his land. Participles acting as verbs follow the same rules as the verb forms. The subject and the verb must always agree in number and gender. In other words, he was, is about to be, will be, continues residing in his land. So just look at how versatile these participles are. Hu yoshev, so he is dwelling, yoshev ba'artso. So this would be he is dwelling in his land. Okay, so this this could be, in other words, what they're showing you here is you don't have to have the pronoun who on here because you just assume it with your shave form. Okay. So you have a difference between a participle and just a plain verb. Okay. All right. So he Yoshevet, and notice this one. She is dwelling, and then we have a Yoshevet here. Or just yes, or it looks like, yeah, Yoshebet. You see that the superlinear dot, which is the holem, and here you have the full form holem, which is the vav yod combination. Okay, and so basically it changes from a consonant to a vowel. Okay, so she is residing in his land. All right, so then let's get rid of this here. Okay, so the participle as adjective. The participle can be used as an adjective to describe a noun. Participles acting as adjectives follow the same rules as other Hebrew adjectives. The adjective or participles follow the noun and agree with the noun in gender and number. So here's adjective. Okay, so what we have here is ha'anashim hatovim. So this would be like the good men, right? Ha'anashim ha'yoshavim. Okay, so the good men, or I bet you this is just good men. Let's see, good men dwelling in the land. Maybe that's what it is. We got the sitting people. Okay, yeah. So it's basically when you have this extra hay here, it basically turns it into just straight good men sitting. And so, and this is the same here, Yoshavim and Hayoshavim. Looks like unless, yeah, they've got, notice how the superlinear dot and the whole limb merge as to one in this example. I mean, isn't that something? So you see the separate whole limb here, But these two dots, they merge together, then you just need to know that it's pronounced Hayoshavim, okay? So we've got adjective here, Habat Hatova, so it's like the good daughter. Habat HaYoshevet. Okay, so the good daughter is sitting, or the sitting good daughter. Looks like that's right. The sitting good daughter. Yeah, because it's like the good, the sitting. Literally it says the daughter, the sitting. The daughter, the sitting. So it's like the sitting daughter. Okay. And then also the daughter who is sitting. But we don't see the who there necessarily. You just have to insert that in English. If the noun is indefinite, then the adjective or participle describing it is indefinite. Okay, so we've got ish tov, which is a good man, right? And ish yoshev. A man, a good man is sitting, or a man is sitting. Man is sitting. But this actually says a sitting man. I see why, because you've got the whole M there. So it's a participle. Okay, so essentially, a man is sitting. Now they've got a sitting man. Well, this is what I said, a man who is sitting. Okay, all right. A sitting man and then a man who is sitting. If the noun is definite, then the adjective or participle must also be definite. Okay, so we've got ha'ish hatov. So it's like, let's see, the good man. We've got the definite hey and then the definite hey here. Okay, so then let's take a look at the participle. Ha'ish hayoshev. So the man is sitting. Okay, I see what they're doing here. Notice that this here with the full holem versus just the merging of the superlinear dot on the sheen, and it's a merging of the holem into one. It's basically the same thing. They're just showing you that it's spelled differently. Okay, and then also which is also the man who is sitting. All right, so imo hatova. So this is like my name, unless it's my mother. My mother is good. It could be that. His good mother. Yeah. Oh yeah, because my would be Ami, not Amo. So it's like his mother, the good. So it's like his mother is good. Let's see here. Imo Hayoshvet. Okay, so we've got his mother is sitting, or his sitting mother. Okay. All right. Okay, so his mother who is sitting. Okay, that's the same thing from that. When a participle is used as an adjective, it is often best to translate it with a phrase beginning with who. The sitting man is often better translated as the man who was, is, will be sitting, although both of these translations are correct. Okay, so the participle as okay, so basically, let's go to do this one right here. Ha'ish hatov, a good man, and then we have Ha'ish hayoshev, the sitting man. Okay, and then let's see, Imo hatova, this is a good mother. I think that last one is the man who is sitting. That's the participle one. Okay, so we have Imo tova, and then we've got Imo hayoshevet. So basically, his sitting mother. That's just like his mom, the sitting. That's essentially what that is. Okay, so it says when the participle is used as an adjective, it is to translate it with the phrase beginning with who. The sitting man is often better translated as the man who was, is, will be sitting, although both those translations are correct. Are correct. Okay, so the participle as a noun. I think well actually we did this for the last one. I think we went through this. Because I remember the maker one, the Osei. And let's go to this word pair thing here. Ben Shalom, son of peace, the maker. Okay, Osei Shalom. Okay, good. Okay, so I think we did all of this. Let's come down here. And I think we did the judge thing too. Okay, so this is where we need to take a look at. These are two types of participles in Biblical Hebrew, the active participle and the passive participle. Until now, we have only covered the active participle. The passive participle is used to describe a person or thing that is acted upon. Okay, so we have hu sholecha, which is the messenger is sent. So remember, the sholeach is a messenger. And then we have et hamalak, which is he is sending the messenger. Okay, so interesting. Okay, and then let's see. Let's look down here where it says the word is written, and they are writing the word. So that's ish sholek. Let's see. I don't see where the word is written here. Okay, here we go. Hem kotavim davar. They are writing the word, and then we have the word is written. Hadavar katuv. Okay, and then the adjective is ish sholeach, which is an adjective, a messenger who is sent, a man who is sending. Sholiach, Sholiach. Let's see. We have Malak, Sholak, Sholiach. It's a man who is sending. Okay. The written word Hasholiach. Okay, and then the writing man Hasholiach. Uh, Wait a minute here. We've got Ha'ish Hakotev is the writing man, and then Hadavar Hakotu, the written word. Okay. How about this one? The sender is Hasholeach. Okay, and then the one who is sent, Hasholiach. Interesting. I wonder what the difference is there, because I'm not seeing much difference here. Oh, I see, because of this right here. Hashaloach. This is Hashaluach here. That's the difference, the one who is sent. And then Hasholeach is the sending one. So really that whole limb is really what makes the difference. It determines, as we said before, we've got the sender, Hakotev, and then we have the one who is sent, Hakatuv. Okay, all right. Wait a minute here. We're going to do the written one as Hakatuv, and then the writer is Hakotev. A well-known Hebrew passive participle that appears in many Jewish prayers is the word Baruch, meaning blessed. Okay. Okay, so let's see. This how to recognize passive participles. The distinguishing feature of the passive participle is the oh, look at this here, isn't it? So it's like the active one has holem, and the passive has shurk between the second and third root letters. When you find this shurk vowel between the second and third root letters, it is a sign that the word is passive participle. Sometimes the vowel, oh, look at this, kibbutz replaces the vowel shurk, but the meaning remains the same. The same. Isn't that something? Okay, so we have, this is passive, so it'd be katuv, katuvas, so it's like messenger, masculine, singular, katubah, messenger, masculine, or feminine, singular, katuvim, masculine, plural. Look at this, they've got katuvim here, they've got kibbutz instead of shurk. Katuvot, feminine, plural. Okay, not every verb has a passive participle, and some passive participles are used so rarely in the Bible that we will not teach them. Of the verbs you have learned, we will teach the following passive participles. Okay, so we've got, let's see, ahu, looks like ahuv. So that has to do with love, I think. Katav, which is katuv, which is the writer. Yeah, loved, and then written. Okay. And then natun is given, and then asui is made. Interesting. Okay, and then patuach means opened, and then shaluach is sent. Okay, so the passive participles of ose, patak, and shalak are slightly irregular because the verb roots end in guttural letters. Okay, all right. Katuv, but looks like batura. Okay, it is written in the Torah, batorah. Katuv batorah. Okay, it's written in the Torah. Okay, all right. Then kakatuv is it is written. How about asui kesef? It is made of silver. Interesting. You have learned in this chapter that participles can be spelled with either the whole M or, in other words, this is a whole M too. Because the first and second root letters, both spellings are pronounced the same. The vowels holem are also interchangeable in many other words in Hebrew. Sometimes you will see the vowel where you would expect to see the vowel holem. That the change in vowel does not change pronunciation or meaning. Okay, so we've got tovot, which is good. Leolam, which is forever. All right. Summary of participles. Hamelech, Shofet, Et, Amo. Okay, so I think this is the king judges his people. And it looks like is judging his people. They're changing it to is judging. Participles used as verb shows action in progress. Okay, interesting. And then Hamelech Hashofet, Yoshav rather, Ba'aretz. Okay, so basically the king, let's see, the judging king, that's right, the judging king resides in the land. Okay, Hashofet Yoshav Ba'aretz. Okay, so it's like the judge resides in the land. Right, the judge is residing in the land. All right, so then Shofetai, Shofete. I think that might be Shofete, but maybe I don't think it adds that E ending unless it's a Patak or a Kametz. So I think it's Shofetai, Israel. Yeah, let's see, Yashvu Ba'aret. So it's the judges of Israel are residing in the land. Yeah. Okay, so then Hadavar, Hazeh, Katuv. So the word, let's see, Hazeh, I think, is this. So it's like this word is written. Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, so now we've got an irregular verb. Okay, so the verb natan, give, is very common in the Bible. It is also very irregular, especially in the perfect tense. You should be able to recognize it with all its irregularities in both perfect and imperfect. It is listed in all its forms in the verb spelling charts on page 372, 373, and 375. It's kind of nice how they arrange this for you. Uh, okay, so this takes you right back, doesn't it? I think. Well, I thought it did. Okay, so now let's take a look at the perfect. Look, we have natanti. So this is I was, I, looks like I gave, I think. I gave. Natanta would be you gave. Natant, you, feminine singular gave. Natan, he gave. And not na. I guess that's would be she gave, right? Natanu would be we gave. Natatem would be you all mixed plural gave, and then natanten would be you all feminine plural gave. Not new. That's going to be both feminine and masculine. It's going to be they gave. So look at the imperfect here. Attain, which is I will give, tetain. I think that one's going to be you will give, masculine singular. Teetni would be you will give, feminine singular. Yetain would be he will give. Tetain will be she will give. Netain we will give. And titanu, which would be we will give. Titana probably is that's going to be you all will give. Actually, I think this one right here is titanu. This netain is we will give, and this one teetnu is probably you all will give. Masculine plural, and then titena would be you all will give, feminine plural, and yeetnu they will give, masculine plural, and then titena they will give, feminine plural. And notice that the feminine plural for they and feminine plural for you all is the same word, isn't it? Okay, so the verb natan is also used very frequently as a participle. It is completely regular in its perfect forms. Okay, so we have notain. This is like a giver, masculine singular. Notena is like a giver, feminine singular. Notnim would be, these would be plural masculine giver. And note would be feminine masculine giver. So it'd be like, um, okay, so this would be like givers. How about this one? Natun. So I think, let's see, we've got the passive and then here's the active. So I think what I need to do is take a look at that on the chart. Okay, so I think this one is, it would be like he is giving, notain, and then she is giving, notenet. Um, you could say we are giving, notenim, and then if you were to have, let's say, like a 10, which would be you all, feminine plural, note, note would be you all are giving. And then this natun would be a giver, masculine. Natuna would be feminine giver. And then natunim would be like givers, plural, masculine. And then a note to note would be givers, plural, feminine. Okay, so I think that's what's going on here. Okay, so then the exercises are read aloud and translate. Okay. Now, let's see what we have here. Let's see, not knee. Okay, so these are just the different forms. Okay, what I want to do is bring this down some so that I can get that. Okay, so looks like this is a yeah. Okay, so not to need would be I gave, paniti. Let's see what that one is. I built. That has to do with building. Interesting. Shatiti. I think that has to do with I drank. I bet you that's what that is. Yep, it comes from shota. A 10. Now this, remember, this is the imperfect. So it's going to be I will give. I think that's what that is. Yeah. Evna. Okay, so that's that one that has to do with building. I will build. eshta, and I bet you this is, I wonder if this is you will drink. Let's see what it is. No, it's I will drink. Because it's got the aleph, that stands for ani. Then ered, and that is something. Not sure what that one is. Let's take a look at it. And that is I will go down. Okay, so it has to do with descending. Anita, hmm, see what that is. You built. Okay, so this is the you one. Natana. I think that's might be the we built. Is that what that is? No, it's you gave. Interesting. Okay. We should be on number 2 here. You built, you gave, you went down, you drank, you will go down. Okay, so these are all, yeah, ta. Okay. And then shotiti, chita would be you drank. Tared, you went down. Tishte, let's see here. Not sure what that one is. You will drink, you will build, you will give. Okay, so that is you will drink. You will build, tibne. And what's that last one? You will give. So it comes from. Okay, I think probably what I'm going to do today, I'm going to put a stop right there. I wish there was a way that I could